Also, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Natty Light. It's your boy Jose, and I am super excited because spring is finally here. So to help us celebrate, we're going to be making a Natty Light tempura batter, and we're going to fry up some vegetables. So we have some sweet potato, some eggplant, some yellow squash, and some zucchini. We're going to pair that nicely with a nice little remoulade sauce to go along with it, and of course some Natty Light. So let's get to it. So we're gonna get started with our remoulade sauce. 6 simple ingredients. So it's gonna be mayonnaise, a little bit of hot sauce, some sriracha, relish, chili powder. The chili powder is gonna give it some more depth and flavor, a little bit of smokiness as well, a little bit of lemon juice as well, just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. As always, we're gonna have the recipe and the ingredients at the end of the video for you. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. You can use your favorite mayonnaise. We're also gonna add about 2 tablespoons of sriracha. We're also gonna add a little bit of our spicy sauce. You can use any spicy sauce that you like. About 2 tablespoons of pickles, relish, whichever one you prefer. And we're also gonna add a little chili powder to it. So I'm gonna go back to my sriracha because I left some in the container. We're not gonna let anything go to waste. All right, so we're gonna mix that up together. Like so. Lemon. It's gonna give it some nice acidity that's gonna go well with the vegetables. So as you can see, our remoulade's coming together. And we're gonna start cutting up our vegetables. So we have a sweet potato here. We're gonna cut our sweet potato, I would say 1/4 inch rings. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna move on to our zucchini. Definitely take your time here and make sure they're all cut pretty uniform. And then we're gonna move on to our yellow squash. We're still gonna cut it the same thickness. So eggplant's pretty big in comparison. Alrighty guys, so we have our vegetables already cut up, ready to go. We're gonna move on to our batter. It's actually the last thing you want to do because you want your batter as cold as possible. So you see, we're first gonna start off with about 100 grams of rice flour. The reason we're using rice flour is because it doesn't have any gluten. And with something as light as a tempura, you really want to make sure that the gluten, the protein in the flour doesn't really coagulate or kind of seize up, and it gives you sort of a heavier tempura. So the rice flour actually helps cut through all that. So again, 100 grams of rice flour and 100 grams of all-purpose flour. A little bit of baking powder, some paprika, also a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of honey in there. For the last step, we're going to add our beer. Now for this part, you want your flour and your beer to be as cold as possible. I'm gonna put our flour right on top of our ice bowl, just like that. What I do is I add a little bit at a time, just like so. Mix it up, that way we can gauge the consistency right there. Again, if you have little chunks in there, that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and start with our eggplant. Just a couple pieces, just like that. And then we're gonna dump our eggplant right inside there. Same thing with the rest of the vegetables. Our fire is set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're just gonna start dunking them right into our fryer. So there it is. That's exactly what you want. We actually want a little bit of that oil still in there to coat the vegetables, but feel free to go heavy on the salt, no big deal. Awesome guys, so our tempura vegetables are done. We have our sauce in our sauce container. We're ready to go here. We're just gonna add a little bit of lemon juice for that extra acidity. Just wanna kind of squeeze it in there lightly, just like that. I hope you can hear the crunch. I wanna keep going. I don't really feel like stopping, but thank you guys for tuning in today. Natty Light, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I hope you guys learned something today, enjoyed the video, and I hope you give this recipe a shot because it is pretty fire. But cheers.